your time. Still here
Namaste,
whenever you're ready to hit record.
I'm the Justice Valley and I'm currently doing an online ACCL course at Rahan School Lahore campus, online campus. Today's topic is wow, the origin of an expression of surprise. And I'll be asking some questions about the topic to call Maya. So let's start. So my first question,
I'm ready.
so my first
Go ahead.
question is what does the word wow mean to you?
To me, wow is like a verbal exclamation point. It's that moment of genuine surprise or admiration where words kind of fail you, so you just let out this one sound to bridge the gap. It's a way of saying something is so striking that it completely caught your attention.
Okay, so what emotions can the word wow express?
It's surprisingly versatile. Most often it's pure amazement or awe, but it can also express sheer shock when something completely unexpected happens. Then there's the ironic version where you use it to react to something mundane or even disappointing. And of course, that feeling of deep admiration when you see something truly impressive. It really all comes down to the tone.
Okay, so why do
Mm.
people say wow when they're surprised?
It's kind of a primal reaction, really. When we're shocked or amazed, our brains are trying to process something that doesn't fit our expectations, and that wow is basically a verbal release valve. It fills the silence while we catch up to what's happening and signals to everyone around us that something noteworthy just occurred.
Okay, where do you think the word wow originally came from?
It's a bit of a mystery. It doesn't have one clear origin like some words do, but it likely evolved from whoa, which people used to stop horses. Eventually, that shifted from stopping a horse to stopping yourself in your tracks out of wonder. It really took off in the late 19th century as a quick way to show someone was impressed.
Okay, so how do
Mhm.
expressions of surprise develop in languages?
Mm, it's kind of a fascinating process. Most expressions of surprise start as purely physiological sounds. Think about that sharp intake of breath when you're startled. Over time, humans start repeating those sounds in similar contexts, and before you know it, a specific sound becomes a codified word. It's essentially the process of turning a reflex into a conversation piece. Beyond that, these expressions are often shared or adapted between languages as people interact, and they get reinforced because they're the most efficient way to signal a shared emotional experience instantly.
Okay, so why are short words like wow so easy to remember?
It's mostly good because they're so punchy. They're simple for our brains to process, which makes them easy to recall in a split second. Plus, because they're so short, they can convey a huge amount of emotion almost instantly, which is exactly what you need when you're too surprised to form a full sentence.
Okay, so is wow used in the same way around the world?
Pretty much. It's definitely one of the most recognizable words globally, especially because of movies and the internet. But even then, people often layer it with their own local expressions of surprise to make it feel more natural to them.
What words do other languages use to express surprise?
Oh, it varies so much by language. In Spanish, you'll often hear Dios mío or qué sorpresa. In French, ah bon is a classic for disbelief. And in Japanese, you'll hear or sugoi for something impressive. Each one carries its own flavor of surprise.
So, how does your tone of voice change the meaning of wow?
Oh, I'm going to assume you meant wow there. It completely flips the script. A high ascending pitch feels like pure, genuine amazement, while a flatter, lower tone can come off as totally sarcastic or unimpressed. You can tell the difference between this is incredible And I can't believe you just did that using the exact same word.
Okay, so what is the difference between saying wow and oh wow?
Oh, that's a great distinction. They're almost opposites in terms of energy. Wow is a sudden peak of excitement or shock, while oh well is the sound of letting go. It's the verbal shrug of resignation, basically saying, it didn't go my way, but I can live with it. One is a reaction to the unexpected, and the other is a way of accepting the inevitable.
Okay, so why do people repeat the word such as wow, wow, wow?
It's like a volume knob. Repeating it is basically a way of cranking up the intensity. One wow might be a polite nod to something surprising, but wow, wow, wow signals that you're completely floored. It's a way of stretching out the moment of surprise to match how big the feeling is.
Okay, and how do children learn expressions like wow?
It's mostly through mimicry. Kids are like little sponges. They hear the adults around them react with a wow and immediately mirror the sound. But it's not just the word, they're pairing that sound with the wide eyes and open mouth they see on their parents' faces. It becomes a social shorthand for them, a way to mirror the emotions of the people they're watching.
Okay, so how has the meaning of wow changed over time?
Yep, I'm assuming you meant wow again. It's gone from being a specific command to stop a horse to a general expression of awe. It shifted from a functional signal into an emotional one, adapting to fit whatever makes a person stop in their tracks today.
Okay, how do
Hmm.
movies and television influence words like wow?
They're like amplifiers for these words. When a character says it with a certain tone in a viral scene, it sets a standard for how everyone else uses it. TV and movies take these local habits and broadcast them to millions, which is why WoW feels universal now. We've all heard the same emotional cues on screen, and we just naturally start mirroring them in our own lives.
Okay, Maya, can one
Yep.
simple word communicate a complete emotion?
Well, it's a pretty remarkable thing when you think about it. Words like wow basically act as emotional shorthand. They don't just describe a feeling, they package the entire experience, the shock, the awe, the surprise into one quick sound. It works because it's a shared human code. When you hear someone say it, you don't need a full sentence to understand that they've been completely floored. The word itself carries all that weight.
Okay, Maya, so my last question is what does the story of wow teach us about the evolution of language?
Assuming you mean wow there. Shows how language is living and breathing. A word can start as a literal command to stop a horse and end up as a global signal for wonder. It proves that we don't just use words to trade information, but to share a feeling instantly. It's pretty wild that a sound we make instinctively can eventually become a permanent part of how we communicate as a species.
Okay, Maya, so thank you for your call and thank you everyone who will watch it. I'll end the recording and I'll end the call as well. Thank you, everyone.